Guys, drastic measures have been taken to try and reduce this weird echo that I keep getting. So right now, we've got ourselves a little sound shield that hopefully, it seems like, may work, but I'm not 100% sure. So those are damp towels hanging across 2 step ladders with a rod in between them. So yeah, just to let you guys know, the struggle is real to get the quality I want for you guys.
Guys, what are we getting ready to look at? We're going to look at 5 superb slicers. Now, I think that's going to be the title of the video, but these are 5 knives that cut so well due to blade geometry and things like that, edge geometry. So they're great. And no, I'm not going to, even though it should be in the running, I'm not going to include my Norseman, but it's going to be in the video because it's right here. So you guys know we're not going to do it here. Turn down the volume. Here comes a little bit of music, and let's look at it from above.
We're gonna do 5 knives fast, guys, and these are 5 knives that slice really, really well. Some of them are due to blade shape, some of them are due to other things, but the first one we're gonna look at is this Kizer sliver. So this came from Jared. This is done in S35VN. Now, I've been using this. You can see I've been using it a good bit, and for anybody that thinks I don't test every knife that comes in, you can see it's all scratched up now. I've cut up a bunch of cardboard with it. This is done really, really well. Action on it is great. It's comfortable in hand. It does have a little bit of a hot spot here. I am going to mention that when I do the thing, if you're cutting heavy duty cardboard. But I was just cutting up some Amazon packaging and stuff. Like I said, I get stuff from my neighbor and cut his stuff up. This has got a hollow grind on it. It comes down nice and thin. Even though it's not a very broad blade, you can see it comes down nice and thin behind the edge because it is a hollow, and it just slices like a champ. I didn't have any issues cutting anything with this knife. Like I said, it is a little skinny, so you might wind up with, you know, some hand issues if you got big hands like me. This was not real comfortable to cut thick cardboard with, but if you're just cutting day-to-day tasks, this thing is really, really good. Kizer's really been knocking out of the park. The S35VN seems to be done pretty well. It's not got any issues where it felt soft or anything like that. I used it enough. I am going to have to touch this edge up. So it seems to be holding up pretty well. And the fact it kind of has almost a little recurve to it. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty straight, but almost has a recurved Tonto. You've got a lot of good useful blade. You can get down on stuff, and then you still have that delicate tip. If you need to do some fine work, you can get up on it, and because it gives you that area where you can grip up on it if you want to. It's not like I'm putting myself in any peril. You get up on it, and it's got a nice radius that you can hold onto it. Liner lock. Done in micarta. I'm a sucker for good micarta. This is pretty attractive. Just a good all-around knife. The pocket clip's not even too bad. So there you go. There's your number 1. The Kizer sliver, not the silver, Mike. It's the sliver. Before the next knife, I am going to post an image of this rubber chicken to my community tab. I want somebody to Photoshop Cole riding this like he does the thing where he's riding the knife. I want that. Somebody do that for me, please. Sorry about that, Cole. I had to. So this is the Kooby Nova. Now, this came from Jared. This was in a video here just a couple days ago where it was the what was it? The 3 cool Koobies. This is actually really comfortable, really nice knife. It's got this weird swedge area here that gives you that harpoon blade, but it's done in a fashion where it's really attractive. But where this really shines is it's a really thin, it's fairly thin blade stock to begin with, and then it comes down really thin behind the edge. And this so far, I know you guys haven't even seen the first impressions on this yet because I filmed it and I'm still fighting with the audio. But I've been carrying this and using it so I can do the full review. This thing is great. This thing has been cutting like a champ. I just cleaned it up because I wanted to do something else with it. I just cleaned it up, but it's been performing really well. I've used enough. I'm gonna have to touch this edge up as well. So this one's in D2, nice thin profile. it feels really good in hand. It does not force my hand down in. This isn't too rounded back here and then deep here. I have a problem with knives that are really rounded here and then have that deep area. It just feels like I'm forced down in to that grip and might not like it. Action on this is really good. Not quite as good as that KU344 that I had. Pocket clip's not bad. On this knife, it is a little bit more intrusive as far as the way it feels than some of the other Koobys, but it's still not bad. So they didn't do a bad job with the pocket clip style and placement. So a lot of that has to do with placement. When the pocket clip's in a bad position, then you get some hot spots. But no, this thing has been cutting really, really well. Nice full flat grind on this, comes down nice and thin. And it just cuts like a champ. So I could do without some of the jimping here, but it's still not bad. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is number 2, the Kooby Nova. This next one is a fixed blade, and out of character, you know, most people don't carry a fixed blade as a daily pocket carry. This one you can. It's got a pocket clip on it. You can put it in your pocket, carry it, and just go wherever you're going with this. But this thing is super slicey because Alex did a really, really good job of getting this thin behind the edge. So it started with thin plate stock, nice full flat grind, comes down really good, really thin. Everything I've cut with it has been great. I'm not gonna have to sharpen. I am gonna have to sharpen. I am gonna have to tell Beardo though that there seems to be an issue where there's a hole in the sheath. That's nothing to do with Alex. I think it just, these stitches went bad. I think it just has gotten forced down in too far. But nice, easy carry pocket clip sheath, so you're gonna be able to carry it. And then just to be just that grip, have that so you can do a bunch of work with this. It's one of the reasons I designed my small little fixed blade. It does come in handy to have a nice, slicey, thin fixed blade. I'd have to say I think this is one of the thinnest fixed blades that you're gonna find out on the market. It's done in a really good steel. Handles are done well. Removable hardware. I think I mentioned all this in the video I shot the other day. I'm actually reshooting some of this because I had some issues. But yeah, all around, great knife. The fact that you can have a small little fixed blade that's going to do a lot of medium duty tasks and still be really thin and slicey, it kind of cuts that, bridges that gap between fixed blades and folding knives. I do love good folding knives, but I am a sucker for a really good fixed blade, and I'm not gonna lie, this is great. It will get its own video here before too long because I'm gonna tell you, I am truly in love with this knife. I need to get Alex to send me one so that I can put it through some really heavy duty paces. But yeah, Steingraber Performance Knives, Alex does really great work. He's got some folding knives that are coming out now. So there you go. There is number 3, the Steingraber Performance Knives Shark. All right, guys, I don't know if you saw this one coming. I really love this knife. Jared sent me this one. He has one that he still has that I think is an M390. This is that Two Sons TS 223. Done in carbon fiber and titanium. This knife cuts so well, and it's not so much that it's so thin behind the edge. It is fairly thin behind the edge. It just cuts so well because of the blade geometry and the edge behind the edge thickness and the blade shape. And it is just a gorgeous blade. I love that finish on that. When you get a good, like a burger grinder finish. Hang on a second, guys. I'm getting ready to sneeze. Right, caught that, guys. A good burger grinder finish or grinder finish where you get that rainbow effect. That's one of my favorite finishes. It really kind of just pops on a knife like this. It gives it a really good look. But all in all, this thing, like I said, great knife. Slices incredibly well. And one of the other things it has for it might not slice as well as, say, that the Shark or the Nova or some of the other thin knives like the Sliver, but what it has going for it is the way it feels in hand, the ergos. You can cut with this so well and you don't get any fatigue at all. Nice blade shape. You've got this nice rounded belly for slicing through. That is really good for slicing through cardboard because it allows you to continue that cut through. Now, I do typically prefer a knife that is a little bit less belly, has more flat, but in this case, as far as like slicing, it is amazing. The action on this thing is just so good. I would I purchase one of these? I don't know if I would, but I can definitely appreciate it for what it is. They are beautiful. Some of the Two Sons knives are incredibly well done. I have realized that I like some of the Jelly Jerry knives. I had seen some of his other stuff and I'm like, I don't know, but all of the stuff I've actually got to handle and use in hand has been great. Not only is it attractive, it's well done, and it is very, very functional. And just this is super smooth. There is nothing in that. I remember when Two Sons first started coming out, I saw a few of them and I was like, I don't know, they were just coming out. They were just starting, and I saw a couple of them, and now that I've seen them, how much better they've got. Like Kooby, so much better. But like I said, super great slicing knife. It is awesome. So there you go. The Two Son 223. So this last one is my favorite of the bunch. You guys know I talked about it before. I love Ray Laconico's designs. Look at the finish on that. It's just a deep, heavy orange peel on every inch of that knife. Beautiful, beautiful knife. It is a front flipper in a frame lock, but I don't necessarily have to use that front flipper. That's the problem I have with it. I just can't ever get a front flipper to work. But this thing is just truly, truly gorgeous. Look at that blade. Nice, clean blade shape. Now, this does not slice as well as, say, the Shark or a couple of the others, but it definitely holds its own. This was done in, I believe, 20 CV. I can't recall right off the top of my head. Because it's been a while since I did the review, but great knife done by We Knife Company. Always quality work. Comfortable as all get out. I didn't want to curse. So, but even with the pocket clip being one that I'm not a fan of because it does wiggle a little bit, it's not uncomfortable. Easy to carry. Nice knife for work. It gives you just about the perfect angle when you get into that handle. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, everybody loves Ray's knives because they're all plain. I don't think so. They have their own aesthetic. And this thing is super comfortable to use because it's just about perfect with this palm swell. It's just in hand. It just aligns itself to cut exactly the way you want. And I love it. I truly, truly do. These are great knives. I've heard a lot of people say that this is their favorite knife or this or that. This is one of my favorite of Ray's designs. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I think the Artisan Series is my favorite so far of Ray Laconico's designs. But quality work, and like I said, ease of cutting, just comfort. Like it just melts in your hand, and when you're cutting, there's no fatigue. A lot like the 223, just super, super comfortable, and the action on it is just amazing. Plus, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. So, Laconico. There you go. So there is the last knife, the Ray Laconico Esprit by We Knife Company. So, guys, let's turn this around and do some final thoughts.
So there you go, guys. There was 5 knives that just slice really well. Great knives. I have to say, I think that the Laconico designed Esprit by We Knife Company is my favorite of that whole bunch. This is an incredible knife. I love all of Ray's designs. They just speak to me for some reason. They're always comfortable in hand. They always cut well. They're always well thought out. So there you go, guys. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. But please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. I put a lot of work into this. It's currently 1:08 a.m. and I'm finishing up the filming of this. So I put a lot of work into it. So I like to see how you guys feel about it. I know there's some things that some people do and don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon, and make sure you have notifications enabled on your device or you won't get notified of the stuff I'm putting up. If you want to support the channel financially, bunch of ways down below. I have a membership that it's based on tier, different benefits, but everyone gets access to my gilded server. Everybody saves $5 per knife on my sharpening service, and the premium tier guys get access to a premium tier sharpening tutorial series I've set up for them. Other ways you can do it, I have affiliate links down below. Anything you purchase, I get credit for it. I get a little bit at checkout, and it doesn't cost you anything. And the final way is I have a merchandise store on Ember Shirt Co. where you can purchase any merchandise at a discount with a code I've set up for you. That code is CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp. And if you send me pictures of you wearing my merchandise, I will put it in the ends of videos. Guys, that's it. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video.